Hey guys, it's Lainey, and today is Wednesday, so you know what that means. It is Top 5 Wednesday. Today's Top 5 Wednesday topic is our top 5 favorite book series that we wish had more books than what we were given. But first, of course, I have to shout out one booktuber and one blogger. The blogger I'm shouting out today is Giovanna from Book Coma Blog. I was reading her blog post for Tropes That We Hate, which was last week's topic, and she put little gifs or gifs with them after she explained why, and they fit so perfectly. I was totally chuckling, and she actually had a lot of tropes on there that I didn't, but I realized I also hate those tropes too, so make sure you guys go check her out. For the booktuber, I'm shouting out Kristen, whose channel name is Kristen Hackett. Kristen's been doing Top 5 Wednesdays for a while, but I wanted to shout Kristen out because I actually met her during VEA. We were in line together with Riley and Shannon and Christina Horner for the passenger arcs. And we were wondering if we were going to get arcs, and we ended up, all of us did end up getting the arcs for that. So make sure you check out her channel as well. She's really awesome. As always, all of their information is going to be down below, so make sure you guys check them out. So now we are getting onto my list for today. Coming in at number 5 for me is not exactly a duology, but it's not exactly a trilogy. It's one of those book series that may get a third book, it may not. It's not alive, but it's not dead, if that makes sense. And that is the archived duology by Victoria Schwab. I really enjoyed this series, and it made me really excited at the end of the second book for a third book. And from the last I heard, Victoria Schwab said the possibility for the third book wasn't dead, that it might happen, but I want it to happen now. So that's why this series is on my list for today. Coming in at number 4 is a trilogy, and that is the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. I'm not quite sure what I want more out of this series. If it's more, I wished it was more fleshed out in a way, even though I loved this series as is, or if I wanted it to be more of a continuation of what happened next, or maybe following a different character, but I don't know, because I was really attached to Katniss and Peeta, so I just don't know how I would want this to be more books in a series, but bottom line is I do. So do with that as you will. Coming in at number 3 is the Angel Fall trilogy by Susan E. I have the last 2 books here with me right now. I put this one on my list is because when the series first came out, and I actually read Angel Fall pre my booktube channel, that was one of the books that I looked up online and looked up on YouTube that kind of made me find the booktube community. Believe it or not. I don't know if anybody else remembers this, but we were supposed to get a 6-book series out of this, and while I really did like the conclusion of the third book, I really did enjoy it, I could also see that it was rushed and that there could have been a lot more added to this book series to make it bigger, so I don't know what happened there, but I wish it was expanded more, especially the ending. There could still be more stories to tell by the ending of this book, so I definitely wish I could see more books in this series as well. Coming in at number 2 is the Nightshade duology by Michelle Rowan. If you don't know, I say this every time, Michelle Rowan is the pen name for Morgan Rhodes, who wrote the Fallen Kingdom series. She wrote a lot of adult paranormal books before she wrote the Fallen Kingdom series. These 2 were the first books I read of Michelle Rowan, and I loved them. It's about vampires, but it's done in such a unique way, and I really like the vampire lore, but I can keep going forever on this one. Basically, why I want a third book is because I know Morgan was going to write a third book. And how do I know this? I was talking to her about it at the Y'all West author party when I went there in April, and she actually kind of told me a few things that she was thinking of putting into the third book back then, and I was just like, why are you telling me this? Because all I want to do is want you to write this third book because I want it. And the last book I have to show you guys is also a duology, and it is a book series that I read a little shy of exactly a year ago, and that is the Assassin's Curse and the Pirate's Wish duology by Cassandra Rose Clark. I loved these books. This has everything I like in a fantasy series. It has the assassin and the magic, but it also has the pirates and the adventure and the journey road trip story. So it's literally all my favorite elements of storytelling. The ending of the second book is there's the possibility of more stories to tell, but it ended really nicely and wrapped up everything and kind of just left me wanting more. And I actually own, not the spin-off book, but a companion book. It's a different story told in the same world that these ones took place in, and I just, every time I want to pick it up, I don't. Mainly because I know I'll get extremely attached to this world again, and there's no book after this, so this would be it, and I'm just really sad. So those are the books I wish had more in this series. What about you guys? What books do you wish could be continued on after they finished? I would love to know. So I hope you guys all have a really great Wednesday, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!